make them keep getting heart attack. Comrades, I am proud of the legacy of the People's National Party here. That's why I am proud forever of Derek. Good to be a PNP right now. Me clean party. Clean hands, clean heart. The man who is gonna rescue us from Alibaba and the party are thieves.
Yes!
The man who decriminalized marijuana. The man who wrote an impeachment bill. We say any politician could have married him. But do hanky-panky. We don't have to wait till next election to get rid of them. We can call them and fire them right now.
No!
I want to introduce to you someone that I recommend. And if you trust me, trust him. Because when he now walk down a Parliament road, we don't never kind of people. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for us. Comrade Mark.
Thank you very much, sound man. Enough respect. First of all, want to acknowledge with a whole heap of respect my comrade and friend, Senator General, past Member of Parliament, past Minister of Government, Senior Officer of the People's National Party, Comrade Derek Kelly. And big up the Queen of the South. The lady of movement. My comrade in mind well pleased. She has worked closely with me since I became President of the People's National Party, and even before. And she has really helped the party on its journey from being way down and turn up and turn up and turn up and turn up and turn up. And we are where we are now, getting ready to be the labor rights and farm government in this country. She is a person of talent, she is a person of courage, and she is a very competent young lady who I'm very much looking forward to being in the Parliament to represent this constituency of South St. James and being part of the next government of Jamaica when the next election is over. I want to acknowledge the candidates on the platform with me. These are the brilliant comrades who I'm very proud to have an hour say here in St. James. I'm talking about Comrade Senator Janice Allen, who is running in Mobile Central, and Comrade, my brethren, Alan Bernard, who is running in Northwest St. James. You know, the quality of the candidates we have in St. James is really, speaks volumes. It speaks volumes for where the People's National Party is now. When we're able to attract young people, persons who are committed to Jamaican people and Jamaica as a whole, out of the doldrums where we find ourselves under the Jamaican Labour Party government and taking us to a better place. They are going to represent the people of St. James well. I want to acknowledge the councillors who are here on the platform as well, and the mayor of Sablamar, and all other comrades who are here. But most of all, I want to thank you, the workers and warriors, foot soldiers, supporters, those who are in and road with us from this morning, pushing through from community to community from town to town. And we've been taking the message and the vibes of the People's National Party across this great constituency of South St. James. Comrades, we have the great chance to bring home the victory. I believe we will do it. But I don't take it simple and I don't take it for granted. I'm asking you please, do not be complacent. Do not be lazy and lackadaisical. Because it's going to take steadfastness of voting, steadfastness of courage, of commitment to make sure that whatever they bring, and you can be assured that they will bring, but whatever they bring, it will not have the last it will be over in the twinkling of an eye. And if you make the right choice, and you ensure that every voter who has ever voted for the People's National Party, or every undecided voter, or every disappointed or disaffected Labourite comes out and puts their heads beside the head for an Keisha Burchell, your job will have been done, and we will all feel justified. I'm very happy indeed. And I'm looking forward to that. And I'm depending on you, comrades, to do the work and to show the commitment to deliver the victory. Are you ready to do that, comrades?
Even just call it! Call it!
Moral values and attitudes at the center of how we govern the country. As I passed through and heard the tales of woe of many of the people in South St. James, of the political victimization that is practiced here, where roads which are being built are fixed, and PNP households don't get their sections done, or where water is being delivered and it is not being delivered to PNP households. That is a disgusting way to approach governance. Not Jamaica should not run like that. We elect an MP and that MP is an MP for everybody. Nikisha will be the MP for everybody. And so we will build a different standard, a more decent and higher standard for how we govern the country. And we know that Jamaica has been terribly set back by the practice of corruption under this government. The cronyism and nepotism which has been practiced, so many scandals, so many senior ministers of government who have had to be pushed out of the cabinet because they have shown themselves unworthy to have the responsibility of looking about the people's business. The Prime Minister himself is not in good standing with the anti-corruption agency of the country, the Integrity Commission. His declarations for several years have not been certified as required by law. It is putting the government and the country into disrepute. He has even gone so far as to try to get the Integrity Commission itself removed, undermined by judicial process, taking him out of the court. He's even trying to say that the offense for which he's being investigated, which is called illicit enrichment, where your assets exceed your disclosed income and you have failed to explain how you lawfully came upon those assets, he's trying to get that offense struck from the law books. It is not a good look. It is not good for Jamaica. In most countries that would allow him, he would no longer be eligible to run for office again in the country. The Labourites have no shame. They only want power. Anyway, they're not going to keep it because the people of Jamaica have had enough. And there's a time come and they want to change. I've heard the cry in South St. James for water in communities. And it hurts me when I hear it because as I drove through the constituency, there is so much water in South St. James, especially up in the hills. Catalonia area, there's ample water. We don't have a water problem, we have a distribution of water problem. And I know that when Nikisha becomes your member of parliament, she's going to advocate relentlessly to solve the water wars of the people of South St. James. I know that for so. I have heard women here saying that they have to be spending 9,000 a fortnight and more just to pay for water so that they can tidy their children and themselves and do what you have to do with water. And the salaries that are paid in Jamaica to the ordinary Jamaican person, that makes life very, very hard indeed. We've seen the roads. Several of the roads I had to drive on today were in a deplorable state. And it is because there has been no comprehensive, well-organized and planned maintenance program for Jamaica's road network under the Jamaica Labour Party government. So for 9 years, they did nothing to deal with the road situation other than the big projects where lots of money could be made by those who shouldn't. But the roads that the people drive on every day were left to get into worse and worse condition. And now that election is upon them, they're trying to spark, they're trying to reach, but they're not spark, and they will not reach. But the people's not we are committed to a long-term vision for road maintenance where we put the resources in place and have a properly organized and planned remedial maintenance program to ensure that the road network is looked after on an ongoing basis. Jamaican people need proper road to drive on, and it must be the rural roads, it must be the scheme roads, and it must be the farm roads, because the main roads, those are being looked after more or less. And the toll roads, of course, are being. But the roads that most people drive on every day are in a deplorable condition.
Mash up vehicles.
Comrades, we have good plans to uplift the Jamaican people. We have the plans for the creative industries, for the youth them who have the talent, as a DJ or a singer, as a sound engineer, as an artist, whatever it may be. We are going to establish an annual fund for the creative industry practitioners of $1 million, so young people can get a chance to get their piece of equipment they need, or whatever it may be, to make themselves stand up on their foot in the creative industry. That is one of the industries that Jamaica has a competitive advantage in across the world because of men like Bob Marley, and Bonnie Wheeler, and Burning Spear, and Dennis Brown, and Gregory Isaacs coming right through to the ones of today. With disabilities, we are establishing a fund of $1 million a year to help persons with disabilities have access to the things they need to live. Access to transportation, access to sidewalks on which they can walk safely, access to the buildings and bathrooms in buildings, because we are the ones who signed the Disabilities Convention of the UN and passed the Disabilities Act to uplift persons with disabilities, whether it be physical, hearing, your sight, whatever it may be. We are going to look out for the persons with disabilities in the society. My father, Professor Sir John Golding, was Jamaica's first orthopedic surgeon. Most of them, the orthopedic surgeons in Jamaica today, were trained by him, except the very recent ones, because he died in 1996. But he established the Mona Rehab Center, which is the only center of its kind in the Caribbean, English-speaking Caribbean. After he passed, Comrade P.J. Patterson said it must be named after my father. It's now the Sir John Golding Rehab Center. I grew up around persons with disabilities, and I am still chairman of the non-profit organization that supports the Sir John Golding Rehab Center. So persons with disabilities, myself and others around me, including Professor Senator Floyd Morris, we are determined to make a transformational change for persons with disabilities in the country. We have a great policy for energy. Energy is at the core of a strong economy. Right now, the cost of electricity in Jamaica is way too high. And we have too many people who do not have access to legal connections or electricity. And the cost of that is a very heavy cost for those who are paying legitimate bills. We have a program to sort that out. We have a program to set aside funds to enable people to have their houses wired, to have them inspected and certified, and to solarize their homes so that they can become lawful customers of the JPS and have a manageable light bill, because we're going to bring power to the people in a literal sense with electricity in their homes. We know that housing is a very serious issue in the country. This government, yes, there have been many apartments and townhouses wealth already and can afford a second or third home to rent out and make money for themselves. But the people of Jamaica who need a house, they can't afford those houses. We plan to build 50,000 affordable houses in the 5 years in office, our first 5 years, affordable homes. And because of all the money that has been taken out of the National Housing Trust to fund the budget over the last 12 years, $11.4 billion a year, depleting the resources of the National Housing Fund. Plus, we have said that we're going to identify the lands, public lands, to make them available for development for affordable housing. Not urban lands, but lands that are not available and should not be used for agriculture because they can't be, but are suitable for housing. And we are going to include, when we build on them, we are not going to have the value of the land included in the price of the home. So the NHT contributors or purchasers who access those homes can get them at a significantly better price as a result of not having to pay for the land component in the price of the house. We have the rent-to-own policy that we're going to introduce for Jamaicans who don't get a pay slip every fortnight or every month because they're not employed to a formal business. They might be self-employed, they might be hustling, whatever it may be, but they might earn them money. Right now they can't prove their income, so they're not eligible to borrow a loan. We're going to change that. We're going to build the houses and bring them in as tenants for the first 6 months. And we set the rate of rent equal to the mortgage. And if they show that they can manage it after 6 months, we're going to treat that as sufficient to prove that their income is solid. And we'll give them the mortgage and they can become owners of their home. Because we want to live in Jamaican people and bring them together as a family so that they can participate in the wealth of this country. In education, we have some important ideas that we want to implement. First of all, the United Nations recent report shows that 55%, that's more than half of Jamaicans, are suffering from food insecurity. Food insecurity meaning they're not eating the right food or they're not getting enough food to eat. And we know that is one of the causes of the high rate of absenteeism from school for children because their parents can't afford to send them to school and because they can't find the lunch money. And so we're going to increase the allocation of money from the budget that is dedicated to feeding the children in school so that every needy child will know that when they go to school in Jamaica, whether it's primary or secondary, they will get at least one nutritious meal, hot meal, cooked meal, and they can get their food there. And the farmers of Jamaica will benefit from that because the $9 billion extra a year that we've identified that this will cost will be spent among our farmers to buy their produce for the schools. We know that education is an antidote to poverty in this country. And we know that the People's National Party has a strong tradition in education, as it does in housing, for uplifting the people and giving the people a chance to move forward in life. And so we say, any household in this country where a person is going, has been accepted in a tertiary institution, and it is the first person from that household to have gone to university, we will afford them a full scholarship so that they can go to university or college without having to find tuition. And when they get their degree and they enter the job market as a fully educated and certified university or college trained person, the rest of their family will benefit from the opportunities that will provide to the family as well. Comrades, we're not romping, we're going to transform Jamaica because we know that investing in the people is how we can increase the productivity of our country and the national wealth, which is what we call prosperity. The laborites don't know anything about prosperity other than the word itself. We have to train our people to be productive. We're going to establish a lab in every high school for vocational training and bring certification into the high schools so that if you're not pursuing the academic pathway, but you want to pursue the vocational and certified pathway, you can do it right in high school. And by the time you leave, you will be certified by heart, and you can even reach level 4 and enter the job market right away as a graduate from high school and be ready to get a decent job because you're qualified, trained, and certified. And we're going to incentivize businesses so that they will invest more in training on the job at their places by matching them out to the hard funds, dollar for dollar. Every dollar that they invest in training, we will match it from the state because we see training on the job, upskilling and so on as a way to encourage our businesses to invest and become more globally competitive so that Jamaica can become a richer country for all our way. I must go through the gate at the same time. Let the table some benefit and the masses do not. That is not what my philosophy is because I'm a PNP and I believe in the philosophy of Norman Washington Manley and Michael Jackson Manley. These are reasons why it is important that the next government of Jamaica be from the People's National Party. Jamaica needs a government in which they can have trust and confidence. In my budget presentation, I said to the nation that we must put an ethical, value-based approach to governance in the middle and center of development in the country. And we're going to lead a national movement to improve the way we treat each other, the behavior that we display as a people, so that we can become a place of love again. Love will be
Rastafari.
And people will be more productive, and people will want to come and live in Jamaica rather than want to leave Jamaica. And we're going to make that led, not by the politicians, but by the churches, by the NGOs, by persons who are regarded as being upright and good citizens. We want to lead a renaissance in values and attitudes.
Burn corruption.
Because Jamaica cannot go down the road of being a place where people are tear down on one another and display all kind of attitudes.
Rastafari.
So comrades, I hope some Labourites and undecided are hearing what I have to say tonight. The next People's National Party will be a party of unity for Jamaica. It will be a party of uplifting the people of Jamaica. It will be a party of creating value through investing in our people in a very real way. And of course, when it comes to the environment, we're going to have a very positive policy there as well. No more will NEPA be cited in the Ministry of Economic Growth, where there's a clear conflict of interest and environmental concerns always get relegated to the back seat. No, we have to protect our environmental assets. God gave them to us, a beautiful country with water resources and rivers and forests and marine life and reefs. We have to protect them, comrades. That is our legacy to future generations. We can't destroy it now and be so selfish. No. So NEPA will have to be an independent agency with a strong board with good environmental representation on it. And we will sign the ESCAZU, we will bring the ESCAZU agreement into effect in Jamaica so to ensure proper transparency and accountability around environmental decision making. With some of these things that are going on now, we have to say, my comrade Alan Bernard standing up for the people when there's a beach, one of the few remaining beaches available to the people, and they want to take it away from them. No, we're going to make sure that that kind of thing is a transparent decision in the interest of the people. So comrades, this is why it matters that we form the next government. It matters to you here in South St. James because you need dynamic, powerful representation from a committed Jamaican. You have an MP. I've never heard him speak in Parliament. I have never heard your MP speak in Parliament. I don't even know what his voice sounds like. And I've been in there with it for over 4 years.
We're ready!
I know when the Keisha Burchell is in Parliament, the people of Jamaica will learn her voice. Because she'll be talking up to the people of South St. James and the people of Jamaica. So we need change in this country, and the PNP is championing the change that the people need. We need change in South St. James, we need change in Northwest St. James, in Central St. James, in West Central St. James, and East Central St. James, because the people of Jamaica need proper representation.
Yes.
And we need policy and restrictions facing our people and uncut all of the things and the bonds that tie them back and hold them back and set them free so they can be strong, powerful citizens achieving their hopes and dreams right here in this country. That is our vision, that is our mission, and we will deliver it when you deliver the victory to us. So comrades, are you ready for the People's National Party? Are you ready?